2 U.S. Navy destroyers are now patrolling in waters that might become hostile in a matter of seconds in one of the world's most crucial choke spots. Nearly 1/5 of the world's oil is transported via the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow section that is only 21 miles wide at its narrowest point. Is currently turning into a possible battleground once more. According to recent reports, U.S. warships have started to combat naval mines in the region. At first glance, that may seem ordinary, but it's not. Not right now, not here. Because this goes beyond simply getting rid of old explosions from the ocean floor. While tensions with Iran are still smoldering, this is about restarting a crucial conduit for international trade. And this is the main query that looms over everything. What would happen if things went wrong? The USS Michael Murphy and the USS Frank E. Peterson Jr., both Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, are presently in the region. Some of the world's most sophisticated surface combat ships. These vessels are quite large. These are about 510 foot long, about 9,000 ton boats that are loaded with layered defensive armaments, Tomahawk cruise missiles, Aegis radar systems, and SM-2 and SM-6 interceptors. They are made for missile interception, air defense, high-intensity combat, and anti-submarine missions. This is the catch, though. They are not designed to immediately clear mines. Why, therefore, are they present? They play the roles of control, coordination, and protection. They serve as command centers, offer air cover, monitor any dangers, and ensure that the slower, more susceptible mine-clearing troops can carry out their duties. Because they are by no means alone in the world. Iran has long kept an eye on U.S. naval activity in this area. Drones, coastal radar, and fast attack ships are all keeping an eye on things. So take a moment to visualize this. A U.S. destroyer slowly navigating a passage that could be mined. Drones scanning below, helicopters above, and unidentified forces watching every action. How soon may that become something else? Most people are unaware of how complicated things become at this point. Mine clearing is not a single method. It's a series of interconnected techniques, all of which are risky. Direct neutralization is one of the most regulated techniques. The mine neutralization vehicle is one example of a remotely operated system. In essence, a tiny underwater robot with a shaped charge and cameras. It approaches cautiously, locates the mine, sets an explosive close to it, and then retreats before it explodes. It's accurate. Although it is slow, it reduces collateral damage. Additionally, the ship that is in charge of the operation is still in the vicinity and is still vulnerable. It begs the question of how many mines could be removed in this manner before things change. Aerial mine countermeasures are another option. The MH-53E Dragon, a large aircraft built especially for this purpose, is one of the helicopters used by the U.S. Navy. It pulls specialized machinery over the water. Acoustic generators, magnetic sleds, and sonar devices. From a safe distance, these systems can either detect or activate mines. Speed is the benefit. Compared to a ship or drone, a helicopter can travel miles of water far more quickly. It's not flawless, though. The state of the sea is important. Targets may be missed by equipment. Additionally, some signals can be configured to be ignored by contemporary mines. Would you therefore fully trust it even after a sweep? Certain mines are moored under the surface and have a cable connecting them to the seabed. In order to sever the cables, specialized equipment is carried through the water. The mine becomes visible when it floats to the surface after being discharged. It can then be eliminated, frequently using naval cannons, heavy machine guns, or controlled charges. Despite being a decades-old technique, it is still effective. The issue is that it only functions with one kind of mine, which is rarely the case in contemporary minefields. There are some extremely hazardous mines that require no touch at all. They pick up on changes in their surroundings, including magnetic fields, directly. These signatures are produced by specialized machinery, which deceives the mine into exploding. Although it is effective at swiftly clearing big areas, it is sometimes erratic. What happens if a mine is set up to disregard the initial signals and wait? You now have to deal with something that is both selective and reactive. A key component of contemporary mine warfare is unmanned underwater vehicles. They use high-resolution sonar to survey the bottom, spot suspicious things, and occasionally even carry charges to destroy them. They keep staff at a safer distance and lessen the need for dives. However, they are not infallible. Their mission may be complicated by strong maritime traffic, complicated underwater topography, and signal interference. That complexity rises considerably in an area such as the Strait of Hormuz. This is something that many people overlook. Destroyers may also participate in the last stage of mine removal, which is destruction. Ships like the USS Michael Murphy and USS Frank E. Peterson Jr. can use machine guns, 25mm autocannons, and even their 5-inch naval gun to attack a mine directly if it is brought to the surface or spotted visually. Sometimes floating mines can be safely neutralized from a distance using controlled fire or small explosive rounds. Although it's not the main approach, it's quick and sometimes speed is crucial. Avenger-class mine countermeasure ships have been deployed by the U.S. Navy alongside the destroyers. These ships were constructed especially for this purpose. They have sophisticated sonar, non-magnetic hulls, and the capacity to simultaneously launch several drones and sweeping systems. Although they are slower and have fewer weapons, they are crucial in a minefield. And those destroyers play a crucial role in protecting them from bigger ships. This is where rapid expansion is possible. The United States is not the only country that values the Strait of Hormuz. Europe, Asia, and the world's energy markets depend on it. Mine countermeasure activities have been carried out by nations such as the United Kingdom, France, and even regional allies. Similar ships are already operated by a few. In previous Gulf operations, some have collaborated with the United States. Therefore, the question is whether the U.S. would manage this on its own or if it becomes an international operation if the situation worsens. Due to the fact that the stakes are international rather than local. Nobody wants to witness this situation. A ship's hull can be raised and then lowered when a modern naval mine explodes beneath it, producing a huge gas bubble. The ship's structure may be bent or even broken by the tension. U.S. destroyers are designed to withstand damage. They have highly skilled crews, sophisticated firefighting systems, compartmentalization, and reinforced hulls. They could often withstand a blow and survive. However, that does not imply that they would leave.